Yeah, thank you, Matt. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Today's my birthday. I just now turned 81 years old. I'm getting up there, boys. I'm getting up there. I gotta be the oldest guy in YouTube. I have to be in the modeling community. There's a few fellows out there, elderly fellows out there, probably maybe in their 60s or so, but I got the oldest part to win that there is. Got a good birthday cake and got some brownies here. My daughter made for me. And I'm having a good time. Tonight, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to be working on my, I call it my birthday build. This is my PBY Catalina Monogram. Now, I'm still going to work on a half track. I got work to do that too. But tonight, I'm going to be working, I'll be working on this off and on. And trying to keep my mojo up. I've been wanting to build one of these for a long time. This is the old 1996 issue of the Monogram PBY Catalina Flying boat. This flying boat station where my dad worked at Pearl Harbor. He was stationed at Illinois Naval Air Station and Honolulu, Hawaii, and he was there putting out fires when they strafed and burned up a bunch of PBYs out there, flying boats. Well, they have machines made. He's working on the engines on these things and stuff. And there was actually two Coronados were also at Pearl Harbor, but they were destroyed. But most of the PBYs were pretty destroyed. Had about 3 left that were flyable after the attack. They were inside the hangars, but a lot of them were on seaplane ramps out there, laying out there, and they got strafed and shot down. And so we'll have a good night tonight. And my half track is coming really good, guys. Really, it's coming very excellent. And I'm loving the hell out of this thing. I'm not going to give up on it. So I'll be working on this thing. What I'm going to do is go ahead and give the exterior another shot of all the drift. I haven't did no weathering on the exterior part of this. This is the inside. And so right now, I'm at the stage of going ahead and airbrushing the outside of this thing, all drab. Put some fresh olive drab that Daniel sent me in. Then we're going to do some weathering. Also got the tires. I'm going to start masking up these tires right here. I sanded down the treads of these things to give it the appearance of worn out treads. So Danny's going to help me on these tires to get them. I know how to paint or anything like that, though, but there's certain we deal with armor. It's a little different than airplanes. So we'll be bouncing back on a half track too. Okay, we got 3 on the 3 just tuned in. On the chat board, we have Mr. Daniel Britton with us. And he says, "Happy birthday, Frankie." I said, "Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much for that, for the B-58 and everything you're going." And man, I tell you, I'll get that B-58. It's going to be done with this right here. The only way to go. And Savetsky too is going to be done with natural tape too and everything. Yeah, that's about right. 81 years ago, they invented plastic. Plastic. I've been working on my German duck. I got it masked up there. I'm going to paint that. I got the wheels on there and everything. And the carriage. I had a good time with that duck. I love that duck. And I got the wings all airbrushed and let it dry. But now I'm going to work on a PBY. That'd be my birthday build. Show a little respect, show some respect to Mr. Daniel Britton who sent me this beautiful PBY. And I've been wanting to build one of those for a long time. After building my old Roar one up there, it inspired me to build a better one. They don't get any better than this Monogram one, I tell you that. They may be 1/32 scale out there floating around by MPH or Infinity Models, whatever's going on out there. But I sure can't supersede the Monogram. The Monogram one did an excellent job on it. So we'll be working on the interior parts of this thing tonight and do some priming and painting on it. And go onward, and we're going to bounce back on the half track and get some work on that thing, get that thing tied in, get ready to do some painting on it. Dingy, he'll be with us in a couple of minutes. He messaged me on the phone. You want to know if I'm going to be on tonight? I said, yes, I will. It's my birthday today, and I don't want to let nobody down. And my daughter's going to take me out to dinner again this Friday. I said, man, you already fed me already. He said, no, I'm going to take you out again to tip the roadhouse for big steaks. So, boy, I love that. She made a load of brownies right here. And a birthday cake to boot. I'm pretty happy, guys. But my daughter said, Dad, what do you want for your birthday? You know what I want for my birthday, Megan? I want to get all my stuff out of my storage. It's okay, Dad. We're going to get a truck lined up and get down and get the stuff out. So that's all I need. Because that's my life here. You don't understand. That's my whole life. And my life there is going to be your guys' life pretty soon. If something happens to me health-wise, something should happen, I'm going to make sure you guys get my stash, my collections. But I ain't going to make sure they end up no darn trash can nowhere either. May have to come over and pick them up, but to be yours. You guys are my beneficiary, every one of you. I'm not going to go yet. I got a long ways to go before I croak. And Matt at Lucid Model Designs, he says again, 81 years ago, today, they invented plastic so Frankie could build. It was about that long ago, you know. I was building them at that time they first came out. Like most of the models I was building at the time were Comet kits, Megal kits, Cleveland design kits, and a few other Baltimore kits. Of course, Comet was out there always. And when Monogram Bell came out in 1945, and they brought out the Speedy kits. I had a couple of those. It was the B-25 and also the B-17. It was all balsa wood and plastic mixed together. The B-17 was quarter-inch scale back then, and the B-25 was quarter-inch scale. And it came with two-car wings, fuselage, and a lot of plastic parts. And by 1950, 55, they were in business of producing injection plastic models. The first one they did was a C-47. No, it was a T-28 Trojan. Yeah. Then they had the C-47 Skytrain. Then they came out with the B-66 Skywarrior, this destroyer, the B-26 Invader, which is the A-26. Then they came out in the Ford Tri-Motor. They came out with the 1/144 scale TWA Super Constellation, Super Connie L1049. It was white and silver plastic was molded into it. And the other two that came out with it. PBY Catalina. So by 1955 to 1956, they were bringing out a lot of kits from Monogram was. And by 1958, they brought out the first quarter-inch scale of the TBF Avenger. In 1957, they brought out the Monogram SA-16B Albatross, 1/72 scale. I was building them back then. I can tell you the prices of them are. Every one was 98 cents, except the TBF and the Albatross. The Albatross was $1.49. The TBF was $1.49. And after the TBF came out, They brought out the SPD Dauntless, 1959. 1960, they brought out the F4F Wildcat. 1961, they brought out the SB2C Helldiver. In 62, they brought out the Hellcat. And in 63, they brought out the F4F, F4F, the F4U Corsair. And the Measurement came out in 1963, they did. And also they did the Spitfire, came out in 1962. So they're really pumping them out back then in Monogram ones. So 81 years ago, when Monogram first came out with plastic, I was building them. And yeah, they were a treat back in those days. Dad said, since when are you building plastics now? I said, it's a new thing, Dad. It's a new thing. Well, don't forget your roots now. You got to start building mostly models too. Oh, I'll never forget that. So I'll make sure everything I learned, I could build paper, I could build balsa wood, I could build plastic, I could build almost anything. Now I could build an armor. Okay, we got 4 on the 4 just tuned. I got 5 just tuned in. On chat board, we got Mr. Daniel Britton, and we got Matt all the way from Canada, Lucid Model Designs. And Daniel Britton just now tuned in and said, I was down to the puzzle like nature of model kits and gave you a 3-day object as long as spent you a third object and a long time spent each model. Now I can paint the hell out of them. Yep. And not buying it. 6253 says, happy birthday, old fart. Welcome to the club. Yeah, look who's talking. I'll tell you what, these old fart and wind right here is having a good time. I enjoy life every day, guys. Took a shower a while ago. I feel clean as a driven snow. Got a little snack, a little brownie, maybe a birthday cake. And that's going to be my birthday build for the PBY Catalina by Daniel Britton. He sent me the 138 scale PBY Catalina. And I really appreciate the support from everybody. When we get started here today, like I say, we'll be getting on the half track too. I'm not going to abandon the half track. I'm addicted to that thing like smoking a cigar right now. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I got some new olive drab paint by Tamiya that Daniel sent me. And I'm going to go ahead and re-spray paint, not the interior. The interior is done. It took a lot of work, a lot of hours to get the interior to look like the way it's supposed to be. The tutelage of the dinghy helping me as my co-pilot and backseat painter. And so I'm going to do the exterior on it. So it's all evened out. Then we're going to go ahead and start doing the welding on the exterior. We get the tires all painted up, masked down, painted, everything. Get the sheds on there, jack sheds. And we get the machine gun rings all done there. We got a lot of small parts there. We got jerry jugs put on there. A lot of parts. Got a lot of parts. Now it's getting all tied in now. Raymond says, hello. Hello to you, Raymond. Thank you, Dingy. Dingy says, happy birthday, Frankie. Thank you, Dingy. Thank you very much. God bless you guys. Yeah, you know, I may be 81 years old, but I'm going to tell you something, fellas. I don't feel that old. Honestly, God, I do not feel that old. Every day, I lay down on the floor, and I get up like using my hands. That's not bad for an 81-year-old man. And I do push-ups every day, and I walk around all the time outside. I'm always doing something in here. I keep myself proactive as much as I can, any way I can. A lot of these old people that get old like that is because they're not physically able to do anything in life because they chose to. I didn't. I know I'm getting old. I know I'm getting old and everything, but I want to hang in this world as long as I can, any way I can. And the secret of my youth that keeps me smiling all the time and healthy is you guys. Straight up, fellas, straight up. You fellas and my models and my music. Those are the 3 essential ingredients for a long, prosperous health for me. I didn't have those three mediums right there going on, I'd be food for worms. I really would. I'd be a fugitive to a worm camp. Like I say, my health fails when I get older than I am now. You guys are beneficiaries of my stash. Everything I have. And Raymond says, "Happy birthday." Thank you, buddy. God bless everybody here. Got 11 watching, 8 thumbs up. We're going to have a nice night tonight. It'll be a birthday build of my PBY Catalina Flying boat, 148 scale Monogram 1996 release. And Matt, a Lucid Model Design, says, "You helped me, Frankie. It's time that I feel like I'm building with you, buddy." Thank you very much. You are. Well, you guys are building with me. Just a far, far away place. That's it right there. And we got Patricine's 10. Says, "Frankie Day, happy birthday." Thank you, dear friend. Thank you. The newer ham operator says, "Hi, Frankie." Said, "It's Frankie's birthday." Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. And Danny says, "Okay, I can take a backseat painter break." Just for the night, Dingy. But tomorrow we're going to get back on the hat track, buddy. And Don Robbins, 4076, says, "Happy birthday to you, sir. And God bless you as well." Thank you very much, dear friend. Thank you. And Teens says, happy to celebrate with you." Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Raymond says, "I'm still grinding out the BF110 almost to paint." There you go. On my BF110, I did as far as I got on it. I'm appreciated, and I painted the hollow brow, the blue on the bottom of it. And I haven't got the top side done yet. So as soon as I get the stuff out of storage, I'm going to be finishing up that. And I got the TBF 132nd scale jumper kit I got to finish up. I got a lot of stuff out there I got to finish up. And right here, I got a lot of stuff here I got to finish up. But I get to it, though. I do. I'm slow, but I get to it. And I'm really enjoying that half track that Daniel sent me. I love that thing with that. I sent some pictures of it to my son-in-law. I said, "That looks real, Pops. That looks real." He said, "Well, if he had a background back there, it looked like a real half track." Well, I said, "Thank you very much," because that's what, it wasn't for Dingy to show me how to do this stuff. It looked okay, like I said yesterday and the day before, but it wouldn't look as good as it's supposed to. And the key element to it is, like Danny says, just imagine, if you can, shrink yourself down about this tall, and being on a work site, carrying hot carrier all day long, laying block, and tramping in mud inside your pickup truck, or walking through mud, or driving through mud, how it looks like. And that kind of rang with me, because my truck, I had a 1970 Dodge D70 pickup, a 318 motor. That thing was built like a B-29. That thing was tough as nails. And I called it the Green Frog because it was painted green. And I used to work out there out there in California in the job site. And when it rains out in California, it gets a lot of mud out there, especially on the new housing developments out there. With the housing track and the building construction. You got mud puddles out there. Sometimes the boss will call me out and they'll just come to work there. Like, it's wet as hell out there. So it'll be like that for a couple of weeks. So I got a good idea as well as that. We'll put you in partial unemployment. And you can also even work on the side, but you will need do some inside jobs. I'll pay you cash for that. Fair enough. That was the first time I drove an employment in my life. It was partial unemployment. I was getting about $100 every 2 weeks. Plus, I was making some good money working on the side, working construction. But like I said, the truck was all dirty. When I got in that truck all the time, the floorboard was full of mud. Brake pedal clutches was full of mud. I even had concrete in my hands. I used to have rest my hand out to outside the door like that, and concrete over there. So I figured these are the places where you touch, even the steering wheel, your shift knob, all the stuff that you touch that you got mud and dirt on, like it's on there. So that's why I did on the half track. It worked out pretty good. And we got Wildcat 777 smiling with a smile Malloy on there. And yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Wildcat. Thank you, buddy. Are you working on anything right now? Are you working on any models, Wildcat? Okay. And that says you are going to feel great in getting your stuff out of storage. Like having new kits again. Oh, it is. More than kits, it's like getting a breath of fresh air. I get my stuff. I miss that stuff. I got some valuable stuff in there, guys. I got guitar amplifiers in there. I got guitars in there. I got couches, hutches, riding mower, washer, dryer, deep freeze. And I got my big, huge radio control model ships. All my radio control stuff there. My whole life is there. Yep, I tried playing my guitar live one time for you guys once. I don't pick up somehow the microphone on my computer is same thing on the one ahead of the trailer in my house. I played it. I don't know if it came out clear to you guys though, but it did come out clear to me. It started out real clear. All of a sudden, it backed off, and it sounded like it was just faded away. Didn't get the true sounds out of it. So we'll probably have some guitar stuff coming up maybe this Friday night. Or yeah, we'll have Jolly Tunes coming up. I'll bring out my Stratocaster over there and play some stuff. And bring out my Stratocaster for an honor for Danny. Danny's got a Stratocaster like I have too. And mine's 1957 Stratocaster I had for years. And I took good care of my thing. My dad said take care of that guitar player. I was playing Silvertone guitars back then, years ago. That's when I started playing music. And my dad came in a lot. Let me tell you guys a story. Being a naval, being a Navy dependent, naval dependent, my father was always being chancellor all the time in the Navy. And he was gone for about a year. He was with Okinawa. He was gone for a year. And we were in very bad shape at that time. That was around 1950, what, 1956? No, 1955. And my dad was doing his last time in the Navy before we got out, and we got a job working in the Navy model ship department in Washington, D.C., building model ships. And usually we're always overseas. My father, this time, he couldn't bring his family over because kind of duty that he had. They had no place. It was out in Okinawa. They had no naval or Air Force housing out there. It was Wisconsin. That's where the Air Force stayed down. He was working on the P5M flying boats, Mark P5Ms, Marlins. And we put the address change in because we're living in Norfolk, Virginia. And my dad was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia at the time we got his orders. Then we moved out to California. And we heard nothing from my father. And, and we were really starting to get hungry. I mean, really hungry. We had no money coming in, no nothing. And my mom said, my mother did not work. With me being the oldest lug of the family, my dad always told me when he was gone, Frankie, you're man of the house, I'm gone. So keep your eyes open, watch everything. Take care of your mother, take care of your brothers and sisters. Oh, I'll do that, Dad. I'll do that. Well, no money came in. What it was, all the mail that he was, and the money that he sent us went at the old house out there in Norfolk, Virginia. He got in the mailbox, and the people who bought that house we were living in sent that mail back to the Navy Department. The story gets even better, guys. It got to a point that we were starving. And I had to do something to help put bread and butter on the table, feed my family. I was about 10 years old then. In 1955, I was about 10. And I got a lawnmower out of the garage. There's no Scott McCulloch push mower. You didn't have no gas mowers back in the days. Push mower. The house that we rented at the time, somebody left a lawnmower. A voice told me, go in the garage. You'll find something there. I think that was God talking to me. I went in the garage. I looked around. I looked at the wall. There's a lawnmower. Then that voice said to me again, go outside and look across the street and look down the road. So I felt like I was on radio patrol. This is the truth, guys. This is the honest truth. And I went outside, out of the garage, and looked around. I saw Mrs. McKay's house across the street. She had grass. She was elderly. She was almost my age. Grass about yay high. I looked at the lawnmower. I looked at her grass. I looked down the street, and all these lawns had grass growing. Back in those days, the man of the house would work all day long, and they like you nowadays, like to watch sports, like football games and baseball games. That was all they watched. He said to the newspaper, Harold, are you going to go outside and cut the grass? No, I don't feel like doing it today. I don't think I'll probably do it tomorrow. That's what you said last week. That's when Frankie Day comes in. I grabbed my lawnmower. I took that thing behind me. I go to Mrs. McKay's house and knock, knock, knock. I had no idea how much to charge these people. So 25 cents back in the days was a lot of money. A lot of money. To show you how much money it's worth paying was, with 25 cents, you go to a movie theater and watch your movie, your best movie, or a cereal you want to watch. Popcorn and Coke, and have about 5 or 10 cents left out of that money. Then you go down to a 5 and dime store and buy a sack of Army Men, or a yo-yo, or a kite, or something out there. Or some kind of a toy for 10 cents. They were good stuff back in the days. Well, I grabbed my lawnmower, I towed it across the street. My mother goes, Frank, what are you doing? Mom, I gotta help you out, get some good food in us. We're hungry. We're tired of eating a can of soup and 2 cans of water in it to stretch it out. He says, well, Frank, that's going to be hard work. Mom, hard work hurts nobody. I want to hear, Dad says, watch the house. I'll match your father. I haven't heard nothing from my mom. I thought my dad deserved this. That was not his style. I said, Mom, I got to do something to help out the family. So I went across the street. I knocked on the door, and Mrs. McKay came over. Hi, honey. You come here to cut my grass? Yes, ma'am. How much you charge? Well, I do both yards, front yard and backyard. 25 cents, okay? Boy, you shorting yourself out for 25 cents, are you? I said, tell you what, you cut my front yard and cut my backyard. And we'll go from there. Okay? There's only one thing I want to ask you. I have a hell of a time keeping my flowers. I love my flowers because what she did, she always had a little hat on out there, and she was pruning around her flowers. She showed her flowers. I got beautiful flowers out there, and all these bugs eating my flowers. So Mrs. McKay, if I get done cutting your grass, I got something to take care of your flowers. Oh, you do? Yes, ma'am, I do. And about 2 hours later, it had all done. I raked up all the leaves, raked up all the grass. She came out and inspected and said, honey, you did a wonderful job. She said, how would you like to cut my grass every 2 weeks for you? I sure will. But I had a little small notebook I carried. I said, give it back. Well, notice, Mom got a notebook. Says, I got this little small pocket notebook. I need that. I need it for it. My address is now. This McKay just hired me to water color gas on. I'll get paid right now. I don't know how much I'm getting. Well, we're going to eat tonight. Wish we did. Remember, I was broke. I had my river flags hanging out. Went over there, and she paid me. I go, ma'am, I only want 25 cents. No, you got $5. That's a lot of money. Say, you're a little boy across the street, aren't you? I said, yes, ma'am, I am. Don't you have a father that around the house to take care of you, your mother, your brothers and sisters? Yeah, but he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. He says, no, ma'am, he ain't divorced. I mean, he's overseas, and we haven't heard from him in a long time. She says, I'll be done. And he hasn't spent no money for you guys to take care of you. He said, no, so that's why I'm working right now, to take care of my family. Okay, honey. She pulls up a little purse and gives me a $5 bill. It's got no change. She says, no, that's your money. Well, that $5 got a dollar of that got me 14 pounds of hamburger. I went down to the B&D market, walked down there, had a little wagon, a little red wagon. I loaded up all the groceries there. I went and said, the mother started crying, oh, Frank, where'd you get that food from? I said, I bought it. This cake gave me $5. I'm going down the road to cut more grass, get some more money, which I did. Now, I took care of my family first. Now, that's Frankie Day's turn. I had a yearn for plastic. I hadn't had a model in over a year. I went down to Mr. Pinckney's house, Mr. Robinson's house, and Mr. Elwood's house, and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Myers' home. And I made exactly $25 that day cutting grass. I bought me a couple of Monogram kits, a couple of Liddell kits, and I had money left over. I gave it to my mom. My mother says, Frank, can you get me a pack of cigarettes? I'll get you a carton of cigarettes, Mom. Well, I can't get them. I said, why? Because I'm underage. Take care of that. She called up Mr. Deacons down there in the B&D market. It was Deacons Market. We call it B&D. His wife's name was Dee. His name was Deacons. And Mr. Bacon says, hello, that's you, Amanda? Yes, look, I'll send my son down. He's supposed to pick me up a carton of cigarettes for me. Okay, I'll be watching for him. Good. I got there and said, hi, Mr. Bacon. He says, how you doing, Frankie? Your mother just called about getting up to get the carton of cigarettes. You sure you ain't smoking, are you? Sir, I don't smoke cigarettes, so I've smoked nothing. So I tried that stuff one time before. I got so sick, I'll never pick up a cigarette again. This is from my mother. And it was a carton of cigarettes back in those days cost $1.79 for a carton of cigarettes. The cigarettes back in those days were 18 cents, between 18 cents and 21 cents a pack. The guy smoking cigarettes out there in his business. And so back to Mrs. McKay. There's a pond down the road there. There's a breaker, more or less. They had a lot of toad frogs. In California, get a lot of toads. They got little toads out here in Tennessee. I don't know why. Especially in Ohio. I can see why they ain't got toads out there because the grounds out there are so polluted out there from industrial waste. Nothing that can live in that stuff. But there's toads out here in Tennessee. I seen a couple the other day. But in California, you got big, huge toads. These toads about the size of them. They're huge. Some of the biggest two like this together. I had a gunny sack. I had about 10, 12 toads in here. I picked them up and throw them in the sack. I took the sack over in the back, knocked on the door. Mrs. McKay goes, hi, Frankie. What you got in that sack right there? I got stuff for your flowers. Oh, you do? I got to see this, or you will. So, and she saw that bag kicking with those toads that are moving around. Frankie, what do you got? Frankie, what do you got in that bag, honey? I go, I got some toads in there. Toads? Oh my God. I said, stand back. So she stand back, take the sack, and the devil's out there. We're right toward the garden. Oh, they're going to hurt my flowers. No, they won't. You know something, fellas? And about a week later, she came over the house and bought us over 2 apple pies, a peach pie, and she made some homemade stew. She brought it over, and she gave me a kiss. Says, she goes to my mother. She goes, you know something, Mrs. Day? My mother's name was Amanda. She said, you know something, Amanda? I said, you got a wonderful son. I said, I think he is too. He took care of my garden. He got rid of all the bugs in my garden. He cuts my grass for me. And I hired him as my personal lawnmower and everything. That's how it was back in the days, guys. And which I did. And my dad came home. And they had a big old fight. I mean, a big old fight. First time I've seen my mother and father have a fight before. And at the same time they were fighting, the mailman comes up with a stack of checks that my dad sent for us. The mailman comes over like that because I know what that's all about. Give this to your mother and father, I guarantee you, fight will stop. Thank you, sir. I had no idea. Mom, Dad, quit bickering. Look. And they stopped. My mother grabbed it, saw all those checks, and she cried like my father. Oh, I'm so sorry, Frank. I didn't even. And so I'll tell you what happened. I said, when they didn't put the change of address in, so my dad had a sea lawyer. The sea lawyer came out there, and we sued the United States Navy for hardship and what they did to us kids. My dad came up with a lot of money. That's when he bought me this Stratocaster guitar. And he got a job working at model at Washington, D.C., building model ships and model ship department. That's the end of my story. I'm sticking to it. And I got a million stories like that, fellas. We got some new chat came up. I want to see what's going on here. And then Miss David says, you have archived videos of playing guitar. You played surf. Yes, I do. Because I had a lot of surfing bands. The name of my surfing band was called Frankie and the Hodads. We used to play at high schools, women's centers. We played for weddings and private parties. We were kind of like the Ventures back in those days. And we had special made table suits with us, and I had my Fender dual showman amplifier and my Stratocaster guitar. And we were playing up the surf music because the first surf music we ever played was from the Ventures. We always loved the Ventures. And we got a good band back in those days. High school proms we played for. Dean says, Frankie, you should try covering the mic with foam pad and turn the amp up a little, tune up a little. These mics vibrate in a small room, so cover your mic, and it should help that. I'll do that, Danny. And Matt says, unreal how our currency has become so worthless. It is, and Matt says, great story. Okay, I can answer the question why money is so worthless. You know why it's so worthless? There's 2 reasons why money is almost worthless nowadays. When you pull out a credit card, you're swiping and swiping and keep swiping and keep swiping. All of a sudden, looking at a businessman's perspective in a business, like a hobby shop, for example. Okay? This here is marked 50 cents. Oh, wow. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Turns into supply and demand. For instance, you go back in again. Here's another. It's 70 cents. Hey, how come it's 70 cents now? It was 50 cents the other day. I can't keep my stuff on the shelves. I'm going to have to mark it up a little bit to keep things going. You guys are buying me out of house and home here. So what it comes down to, credit cards is a blame. That causes supply, demand, and greed, corporate greed. Corporations start producing more stuff, but they know we're going to buy it like we are today. Just like that $600 Titanic I bought back then. And we all love our models, and we pay anything to get what we want to get. But that's how come money nowadays become not as well worth and weight in money. Because of supply and demand, it causes inflation. Credit cards are to blame. I told my wife a long time ago, Ruthie, I'll go with you, use credit cards, if I slip them, I'll go up, everything else will go up. But you cannot keep selling this stuff for 50 cents when people got credit cards. You start buying it like that, it'll give you out of business. You can't keep stuff on the shelf. It affects everything. Anything that you can spend, that money turns into inflation money, turns into monopoly money. It just takes lots of money to buy stuff. Back in those days, like $1.79 for a carton of cigarettes. Back in those days, you know what the bank was? In your pocket. You had a wallet. You had change in it, or you had paper currency in it. But you had that wallet is all you got. If you shoot the works, you're broke until next payday. When credit cards come in, it supersedes cash. It turned into corporate greed. It turned into inflation. It turned into mass supply and demand. That is the reason why everything is so expensive nowadays. Now, when it comes to cost of rent, cost of food, all of these fast food restaurants, daycare centers, all got started by Mr. Reagan. Mr. Reagan was in office. The first thing that knucklehead did is got rid of the Teamsters unions. All unions required the air traffic controllers, got rid of them. A man that once, like me, making $40 an hour, was now making $3.35 an hour. Back in the 80s, the minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. And the most expensive rent back in the days was $300, $350 a month for rent. To live in a home back in those days. But he got in there, you come home with a bum look on your face. Your wife says, I can tell by your face you had a bad day. No, I had a good day, but we're going to have bad days from now on. So what do you think? I ain't making $40 an hour anymore. We get fired? No. Reagan got rid of the unions, so I got to work for minimum labor. So if you're skilled labor, or a person with skills, you're skilled like a block layer, electrician, or a plumber, you're making a third of what you're making. A block layer back in those days would make anywhere from $5 to $10 an hour. And once upon a time, he was making $40 an hour, $60 an hour. Then you come home from work, you're so damn tired. And your wife has to work too. So both of you come home from work and say, I'm so tired to cook. We go out and eat, let's go. You go out there, and Mr. Reagan was always one jump ahead of everybody. 2 jumps. He knew everybody had kids. So he created daycare centers. So he made daycare centers that can take care of your kids while the mother worked all day long and the father worked all day long. Everybody got used to eating out, and they started making more junk food restaurants. Applebee's, Red Lobster, the Boston Market, the Golden Corral, Ryan's Steakhouse, Wendy's Hamburgers, Arby's, Popeyes, Kentucky Fried Chicken places. All these fast food restaurants were created because of that. Now what you got in return is people with obesity, health issues, and big problems. Problems with your credit cards. You're in debt up your overhead and stuff like that. All caused by that. I know. I lived through all kinds of societies. I was born in 1945, and I lived through society for people back in the 20s, 1800s, and onward. That's how that stuff gets started. That's why money nowadays is very eventually just not as worth, not as you don't have the value like it used to. And Matt says, great story. We got 10 watching, 13 thumbs up. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on here, guys. And right now, we're going to go ahead and get the PBY going. We're going to start working on the interior parts to it. And go from there. And tomorrow, we're going to hop back on that half track because I want to get that thing going. And I sent some pictures of it to my son-in-law. I said, gee, Pop, that looks good. He said, he put that out there, the real backdrop out there with the trees that look real. I said, yes, it would. Because I never knew you build an arbor like that before. I said, I haven't. This is my first arbor job I did. I had the best teacher in the world. I had Dingy. He showed me how to do it. Nobody's better than Dingy. I know this because I see this man's working what he does. He's got his collections. Nobody collects and builds like this man does. Even on YouTube, I see guys build stuff. I see these guys YouTube. I'm not telling you pure in their work. They do good work. But they're very careful. They use like washers and stuff. But they don't make washers and stuff like I do and like what Dingy does out of scrap. People spend a lot of money on buying washers. Well, heck, here's your wash line. Here's your paint. All you got to do is dilute it down with water. If you're using enamel, you use mineral spirits. So it's almost the thickness of water. Acrylics, vice versa, water. Those are your washers right there. I got all my washers right there. I got some empty paint bottles. I cleaned out really good. I poured those washers back in my paint bottle so I can keep them for the project. So don't throw that wash away. Any extra washers you guys make from scratch, I'm quite certain you'll find an empty paint bottle some way. You can take that washers and put it back in your paint bottle and put it back there, and you want to use it again instead of waiting for you. Just add a little more water to go along with the pigments eventually. Go in there in the water to hydrate the pigments. Just add more water, and then there you go. And we got Matt from Elusive Model Design says, excited to see the PBY. I have not seen this kid since I was a kid. Well, son, you're an adult, a full-grown man, a family man to boot. You'll see it tonight, live here with Frankie Day. And we are going to get started, guys. Okay, I've been talking long enough, and it's time to do some action and less talking. We're going to turn the camera down over here. I'll be talking as I build this thing. We have a good night. I feel special tonight because it's my birthday, you know. And you guys are with me at my birthday birthday party. And so we're going to have a good night tonight, fellas. I'm going to turn that air conditioner on. It's getting a little hot in here. Okay, now this is snack later on. My daughter made me some brownies right there. We get a birthday cake. So we'll put the brownies over here right next to my transatlantic liner. And those of you just tuned in, I've been working on my grandma duck. I got the wheels on there, all painted up, ready to go. And I got masked off to paint this. And I got the wing painted. And I got the pedalers all done. I got two decals put on E17C and the final reveal for that. I wasn't having the final reveal for it yesterday, but it rained all day. It rained like crazy out there. So I said, well, hell, we'll let it scratch over. So it's supposed to be a good day tomorrow, so we'll have nice outside pictures. Okay, let's get PBY going, guys. Got the instructions here. This kit came out in 1996. It says copyright 1996. I was right. I thought it was 97, 96. One of those 2 years. Kit number 5609. 148 scale. This kit gives you two different deliveries. Late 1942, by May of 1942, they got rid of the meat ball. Well, they kept the roundel there. And they got rid of the stripe on the tail right there. Now, what I'm going to build will be one at Illinois. Both the ships out here are called Illinois Naval Air Station. Illinois Naval Air Station. Here's the one I'm going to be doing right here. Navy blue gray, black de-icer boots, and the Candy King tail, rounded with the meat ball in the middle, light gray. Now it says the interior. The paint call outs right here. They're bilingual in different languages. So the interior part says, well, olive drab. I'm not too certain they were olive drab. But I will prime them, but I will not paint them that color until I do some research on it. So we're going to get the interior parts all done. And put that on the side. And do some research on it to be quite certain it's olive drab or natural aluminum. I'm pretty quite sure they're aluminum. They're natural aluminum. I could be wrong, but that's what research is for. It may be olive drab. I don't know, but we'll find out. Here's the fuselage we have here. This is big. Big. The detail ribbing here where the observation blisters are at. Okay, you got a bulkhead there that seals this off between here and there. And up here, up to the bowsman, there's scribe ribbing in there. So you got a bulkhead here that shuts this off here. So you can't see nothing from here at that way. And back here, you got a bulkhead that goes here. Another bulkhead that goes back over here. So you can't see anything past here. Now, I'm very surprised they didn't build a pilot here. There's pilot up here which holds the wing. You got a flight engineer. Right in front of the flight engineer, he has a dashboard, an instrument panel, with all the controls, the engine. The only control the pilot has on a Catalina is a system for the floats to track the floats up, the yoke up and down, and bank the plane, and also throttle controls and fuel mixture and propeller pitch controls. But everything else is done by the flight engineer, the pilot. So he'll get up here, there's a little ladder, you climb up there, he'll get in the seat. Actually, his shoulders are almost touching the port star of the side of the pilot when the wing goes on. You've got the observation window back there. You can look at the engines and check everything out. And PBY, like most flying boats, they're equipped with a galley, sleeping quarters. Now back here, according to Mr. Mahoney, he flew PBYs out of San Diego, California. He was actually testing PBYs in the United States Navy. And he did a drawing of PBY that he was on. It says back here is you get your navigator, radio operator sits back here, and you got a little bulkhead over here. Up here, that's where the flying gear goes at. And you got a bunker room back here. Now, Ron did not show you. Yes, he did, right here. There's a tunnel right there. That tunnel right there is, that door will slide back this way, and you got a gun back here where they can, in case you get somebody behind you, they can operate a gun. The guy has to be laid in the prone position because that you got a door back here where the tunnel's at. It opens up, and you got a crew member laid down in the prone position to operate that capital machine gun. This is a PBY flying boat. It has the detachable beaching gear. About 4 months after PBY was introduced, they started making the amphibian out. They put the tactical landing gear in it. This has detachable beaching gear. Now this model here, those out there don't want to make it. United States Navy flying boat stationed on Honolulu, Hawaii, Illinois Naval Air Station. These can be black cats too. Just paint the whole thing black. The squadron number. But make sure your star bar goes up here. Okay, let's check out the chat board here. And Raymond's clocking out. He says, "Have a great night. Thanks for the look." You're welcome, Raymond. We'll catch you tomorrow and have a good night, young man. Loosened all the lines, so maybe it said OD because the paint selections was less than OD with that paste. Probably so. But I'm going to do some research before I do that. Okay, I'm going to put the fuselage down over here. And we'll get out the interior parts. Yeah, the clear parts are good. They're really good clear parts here. Not too much raised. Very little. So I've got a mask here. I can mask those off. No problem there. The landing lights, the blisters. Windows. Right here, I don't know what's there. It broke off. I will find it in the box. Okay. Hey, what the hell is this? A Ford tri-motor? Dang, it threw me in a Ford tri-motor. It's like an old monogram kit. How about that? Fuselage, top wing. Oh, the door. I didn't know that. Bulkhead here. There's the cowling there. YouTube there. Okay, YouTube there. Okay. Yeah. What? Ford tri-motor. That's a monogram. I'd be darned. That's another one the Monogram brought out. I think it brought that out as a historical series, along with the Gum and Gold Box. One of you's got any more of those parts to this thing. What about building this too? It's in a baggie. Sealed too. Huh. Amazing. Here we got a bulkhead here. And we got the seats. We'll be doing. And the Kagi antenna. Yeah. The Kagi antenna. Right here is the parts. Seats here. What's up screws here? Loaded bells. Okay. That thing done. Now, those out there get overzealous, decide you want to make a black cat out of this thing, or the one that's modeled here, you can make a pure one out of this. Let's see if I want to get cold here. Oh boy. It's like it's so now. Look at the temp over here. 10 watching, 13 thumbs up. See here, this here, and these all together. Are they little, let's open up. I don't see it, Daniel. Oh, I think this is what it was. piece of flash. Well, like Daniel says, keep going, you'll find out what. I will find it. Yeah, Daniel, I found it. I found that Ford tri-motor right there. And that kit there, I said, wow, I didn't see that there before. You're like me, you put stuff in the box, you know you don't pay attention, you know what's in there. So I'll keep going until I find it, guys. Okay, we've got the seats all done. That's it down here. Another pedal. It's there. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a drop. I will find it. I will find it. Number two done. Here, right. And next will be here. Okay. Okay. You might not that tube glue up there. It's just really, you got to use it while you're gluing. Glue the part down and do it. Gives you plenty of time to work with it. There we go, boys. Two yolks. Okay. Look over the plastic check out. control goes too. Decent. Well, that is never value. Yeah, that's good. It's a serious piece of cow. I will find it. Piece of cow. Find that thing where it is. Got me buzzing. Well, around here it's like an apple. Just fall far from the tree. Do not fall far from the tree. Daniel says, keep it going. You'll find it. Okay, from Steve Crew, check out the chat board. He's going on. We got Maya watching, 16 thumbs up. Yeah, I sure will, buddy. Rewind the video. I don't know if I do it live. I will catch it when we get done here. Yeah, I didn't see anything fall. Maybe it preached that flash right there I picked up. That's probably what it was. And then I thought this was what's I'm looking for it. That's very important. That'll make the pilot. That'll be the steering wheel. They say these PBYs, a lot of pilots had very strong Popeye arms. They say the PBY was a pretty heavy airplane to control. It could have be a large parasol wing, you know. Parts off there, little flash off there. The wheel. They all said about the PBY is that you got to keep on it when you're flying it because it'll get away from you. I don't think you need a decal for your instant panel. Well, they're going to go ahead and paint this whole thing black when it dries. The toothpick, dab some white paint on those dial paintings there. Then I'm going to let me some pipe metal epoxy. And like Dingy says, dab a little bit of that pipe metal epoxy on there. And the Simulate dial facings. Now, let me check that decal sheet. Because I remember the last one I did before didn't have all that. Nope. That's got to be custom paint. Decal is pretty good. They're a little yellow because of its age, but the white ain't. The most important is that the white on the tail, also the rounders are not yellow. Just the paper itself. I don't see no cracking on there, so these are pretty good decals. I'm reading more of that Lady Heat vid right there. I'm chapter 2, how we all got involved in LL Maine, you know, and you got Phil Marshall Rumbles out there, and also Montgomery, and they're trying to get. They defeated the Huns pretty good during the LL Maine. That was a lot of people got killed there, but it was a decisive battle. That's how we got involved in the Rockhampton campaign. 1143. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, both there. You get that one. Let's see that one go. That's harshly extruded, very loose. You gotta be careful. I'm very clumsy comes to that stuff. Like that piece fell on my leg while ago. I saw a piece of flash on the floor right there. That may have been it right there, but all the parts are pretty well present here. I looked at them a while ago. Hey, Mr. Daniel. There's a Ford tri-motor in there, and the baggie came. I saw the kit. The fuselage is complete, the wings are complete, but the rest of the parts ain't there. Any chance you got those parts laying around somewhere, sir? This is an old Monogram kit. Boy, I haven't built one of these since 1955. Yeah, I got three sections of the fuselage. The fuselage is all complete. And the wings are complete. Only this is engines, indicators, and stabilizer rotor. Wow. And thank you guys for your help, Matt. We got Cohan Luke B40. This live stream is sponsored by Big K Cola. Sold only at all Kroger stores. Yep, it sure is. Probably cheaper too than regular Coca-Cola. That's up in Tennessee runs $10 for a 12-pack. Unbelievable. $12, $10. And if Mr. Britain says that's news to me. I'll for sure show up somewhere, Daniel. No big deal. I didn't see that before. I first opened up the kit yesterday. But when I opened up a while ago, I said, hey, what's this? It's baggy. And I saw Ford Traveler. Oh, wow, you doing a Ford Traveler. What am I building up with, too? That's a pretty good kit. Okay, we got this. It's pretty dry. Make sure it's straight, right? Straight. Now we got the okay. This way. Ooh. Something look good. Just like that. Almost broke off somewhere. Right. That part there must have broke off or something. Probably running loose inside the box, you know. It's been dry for 10 to red. Okay. Now, those of you out there who got the scale, you got a PBY, you want to paint a few more colors. The movie I highly suggest and highly recommend. It's an old movie back in 1940. Earl Flynn, Patrick Murray, Ralph Bellamy. It's called Dive Bomber. They got the PBY flying boat in there too. And they all those boats, all those early pre-war aircraft that we had back in the 40s, but they're painted navy blue, gray color or something, you know, there. Look at that movie. A lot of good research there. Okay, that's the gunner observers and gunners part right there. Got a little catwalk in the middle where they walk. See, the thing has got water tank compartments all throughout the whole damn plane boat inside there. But like I say, you only see so much. Like that door right there, the hatchway, it will open up and you step over it. You take it to the compartment. So this, like I say, this thing's built like a ship. All flying boats are built that way. Mark Mars, the Mariner, P5M. Even the 214 Clipper, to a Boeing. So it's looking like that glue. Tania, get on there. Yeah, Tania is more or less like solvent more than the glue. Let's go forward. You gotta take this first for install it. Without getting the compartments all done. Let that thing dry. The whole thing, reality moves like this. You got real strong arms to get flying where you're constantly got your grips on it. And they say it'll get away from you. You always got to keep that hand steady. All your forearms are all pop-eyed out. How about that? Looks like a real one does. Forward, pull it back this way. Elevator comes up. Elevator goes down. Okay. Back, same. See what else we got going on there right now. I'm gonna look at it and see that. Rear bulkhead, all drab. It may have been all drab inside. I rightly don't know. I rightly don't know. Well, I was pretty good with their instructions. They don't try to lead you astray about true colors. The wingspan is in inches. It's 25 inches. 25-inch wingspan. Twenty-five inch wingspan this thing's got. A little bigger than the B24 Liberator in the quarter scale. Now, I read to the grapevine, a company called MPH, or Finley Models. They make the PBY at 132nd Street. I imagine that costs a pretty good penny. I'd say about $400 or $500. This last bulkhead I got there, like I say, the detail is from here to here. You won't see nothing after there, from forward to here. The detail starts from here, up this way. You will not see nothing aft. Starting from the radio operator, the radio operator and the navigator, and the flight engineer compartment. Another shortcut that Monogram took out of this kit. Now, they incorporated that and everything. It probably cost a little more money. They pulled out on that B-17 that they produced about 50-something years ago. We were going to start to make a Bombay for that thing, but they decided, no, we're behind deadline on this kit. Let's get this thing out to the people. Let them worry about it. That's what they did, too. Well, let's worry about it. "81 years old. God, unbelievable. Up there. Okay, we got the. Just pop on in. Find the whole inside of the same thing. Oh, wow. There's a big ass injection field marks right there. They can be seen anyway, so try not to don't worry about cleaning them up. They can be seen anyway. All the time you clean those up, and people incorporate more detail in this kit. So get a walk around publication, and you have to clean out all the spaces they don't include the kit. Have to all the injection pin marks have to be cleaned out. You all even up there, fighting your part. stripe in there. That's what you'll be saying. This is about once it's buttoned together, that's all you're going to see. Like I say, you can see anything forward to this and after the pilot compartment either. Oh, there's a dinghy on there. See what this dinghy has to say. Dinghy sent me directions for the painting of the PBY. Yeah, they called for. You must have got this from the company. They say aft waste blister compartment, which is over here, we're painted all white. It minimizes the ambient light for the waste numbers. Now, the pilot compartment is all Negroes. It's all black. Instrument panel and control consoles finished in instrument black. Wrinkled texture or flat black to minimize glare for the cockpit for the pilots. Structural internal components. Landing gear. This is the amphibian model. Well, the tactical landing gear. It says landing gear wells PBY 5A amphibians. They are more exposed to the elements and were typically sprayed interior green, raw silver, aluminum paint, or gold gray. Sufficiently in the 7th month of the publication due to major U.S. Navy regulatory change that year. The primary breakdown of interior compartments and their historically accurate colors includes primary compartment colors, spaces of the crew quarters up to March 1942. All operational and amputated areas of the fuselage are painted bronze green. A dark olive drab tone of green. In March 1942, the standard officially changed to dull dark green. Flight engineers station, hull towers, all finished bronze green. I got that. I got those colors right there. The structural and internal components, landing gear well, PBY 5A amphibians areas were exposed to elements were typically sprayed in the interior green, raw silver, aluminum paint, or gold gray. Internal hull framings of the bilge areas, structural areas hidden behind insulation. We don't see that in this kit. So this is paint that with zinc, yellow zinc chromate paint. So this thing is just not painted olive drab. I guess Monogram must have got the olive drab from using bronze green. Bronze green is easy to make. All you do is add olive drab and a little more dark green to it. That's what it'll be. I've got those colors already. Thank you, Danny. Yep. So they'll be painted the bronze green. Thank you, Danny. Well, we got that solved, fellas.
Okay. Yep, sure is. Sure is, Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that very much, buddy. And we got Rudy the Golden. He says, "Happy birthday, Frankie. Thank you very much. God bless you." And we got Paul from Florida, Spawn. Happy birthday, dear sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We got nine. We got 9 watching and 20 thumbs up. That's the best birthday present I've ever had to have you guys with me. So that's going to be. It's going to be all bronze green in here. Okay, we got this done. And those parts are painted and everything. Got to put the fuselage, but I've got to put those windows in. Glass those windows in. I'm going to make this a project of epoxy out and glue those windows in with epoxy. That way it will pop out once I mask them off with masking. Bronze green. Let's see if I can find that color right now. I just go ahead and airbrush that right now. Oh, let me check. Watch my back, fellas. I'm going to go back here and check, see if I got the bronze green to cover that. It is like a mix of all drab and some green mixed together. God. Bronze green make right here. Oh boy. Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and mix some bronze green up right here. Alrighty then. Thank God that was it. Bronze green right there. Bronze green. All drab and dark green. And we got a special feature of this kid here we're going to show you. Hey, see what that is right there, that little metal thing? That's the lube, the toilet, the head. They're chemical toilets. Let that dry. Yeah. Next day he solved my problems. I thought they were all aluminum color, but I guess I was wrong. Maybe the pre-war ones were. The importance, that keep your airbrush nice and clean, clean and everything. Usually twice a week, I take my whole airbrush apart and clean everything. 'Cause these things are tools. These are tools of the trade. You gotta keep your tools in good shape. If you don't, they'll let you down. Okay. My Harbor Freight compressor is probably about the best compressor I've ever bought in my modeling career. Harbor Freight's got some good cheap tools. They're good. They're cheap, but they're good tools. They're quality. They'll last. I had that compressor for about 5, 6 years. So hasn't let me down yet. Okay. Okay, throw the bronze green in there. In the pot department. with moving the yoke. Six watching, 20 thumbs up. Been on here for 2.5 hours so far. I keep my hands clean all the time. Yes, buddy. There we go, fellas. Let him paint that black and add the valves using the tip of the toothpick, white paint, and dabble on there. Make sure you're perfect radii and dial facings. When it dries, mix some batch of epoxy, like Diggy says. A little dab of epoxy. Just epoxy on dial facings. They look nice. Look real nice. I'm gonna take a break, guys. I'm gonna use the restroom outside. My private toilet got in there. Be right back and make a cup of coffee, and we'll have a good time. I'm having a wonderful time today, guys. Wonderful. Oh boy. I'm gonna take these over to my spray booth. I'm gonna add some clear on thing on here. Protect the paint. Okay, black. The dries, make a cup of coffee right now. It's all been coated. Give it a nice wash. And I ain't gonna butt up the fuselage yet. Probably do that tomorrow. Just to get the thing all washed out pretty good. Valves on. We gotta put the clear pieces inside there. I think it's nice. I love that hot pack. And I think the thing of beauty in my book. Wood Padingi never looked like that. I'll tell you that in yard shirt. Never looked like that. What time is it? It's coffee time. It's time to go to Mustang, get some mid-rest, but starting the 48 watch. Okay, who's most made a watch tonight? What's Frankie Day? Hey, did you ever old Frankie Day catch that guy sleeping with tattoo eyeballs? Yeah, I heard all about that. Thought the guy was dead. There's another one be Billy pretty soon. It's the USS Hogle. That was the tug at Pearl Harbor, put all those fires out. The famous tug. It's ready to control. We'll be building up pretty soon. There's something else to be building pretty soon too. 1938, Canada, the Blue Jacket, Four Piper Destroyer. This is about 45 inches long. This is made the USS Buchanan. I've already built the USS Ward. And Spawn says, nice. Thank you, Paul. I've got 7 watching and 21 thumbs up. I appreciate everybody being on tonight with me and the PBY. Tomorrow we're going to get back on the half track. And I'll be working this off and on, until it's done. I got a good start of it already. I'm going to finish up tonight by adding a wash on this thing. Should be, yeah. Go ahead and get the dials on here. Coffee, I think I'll be going off any second now. You were saying, Frank? You were saying? You were saying? There it is. Oh, yeah. Coffee's on. Yeah, thank you, Paul. Danny's wanted to show me how to do it, you know. This part of my hat deck's removable to see the frame and everything, you know. The engine's removable, the whole unit comes off to show the engine. And Danny's gonna send me some spark plug wires. I gotta wire up the strip and cap up to the spark plugs. It's a lot more than you realize. Where's my Jeez. I got so much stuff over here. dry. Said watching and 21 thumbs up. All dry. PBY Colin's pretty good, guys. It really is. Got all washed and everything. Painted bronze green. Yeah. You get a kick out of PBY up here, right? I love this little job. This old girl's been with me for a long time. Yeah, I got this thing finished up. Big PBY, little PBY. Eric celebrating vintage model kits. Him and Tommy are building, have a buddy build going down on one of these right now. And so be sure to watch Eric on his modeling page. Him and Tommy are doing a PBY build. They probably get the same kits. Eric's got the same one I got up there. Yeah, that PBY influenced me to get one of these. This is the ultimate PBY right here. It was dry and blew them in there, and I got transparencies I got to put in there. And get that control panel all done. And have a video of that. I got two decals put on my B-17 Flying Fortress over there, my B-17C, pre-war, model 299. And we finally built that. I don't think bad about that kid on life. There's too much adhesion on his wings. We need too much up like this. But that's the way they designed it. It ain't my fault. I didn't do anything. But it's a good kit, though. It's an Academy mix now. I'm surprised the decals didn't fall apart. Very surprised my Wildcat did back there, too. The decals would fall apart on that, too. Usually the decals, Academy decals, they were cheap. They're so thin. If you move the wrong way, they'll break on you. All your work can be ruined. I think I've been here about 3 hours already, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a video tonight. Let this dry. Tomorrow we'll get back on the half track, and it'll be off and on live streams on this. So this is the beginning of my birthday build, and I'd like to thank Mr. Daniel for sending me this kit. And it's 100% all there. That's for as long as he's doing that for tri-motor. That's no monogram kit. It's probably 174 scale, 172. And I wish they had the other parts to it. He may find the other parts to it instead of me. I don't know. But, yeah. This has never been opened. This is a fresh baggage, no kit. So I'm actually going to find the rest of the parts that's in there. I didn't know it was in the kit. I opened it up today, tonight. Everything is present in the kit right there. So I'm pretty happy. Okay, everybody, I think I'm going to call it a video tonight. Let this thing dry. And like I said, be sure to join in tomorrow. It's Thursday night. And we're going to have, we'll have another live stream on my half track. And we'll get back on that. Today's my birthday today, so I decided to make this my birthday build. We couldn't believe it came in a good time, too. It's a birthday present, I guess. I'll take it. I'll tell you what, Daniel's a great guy. And he responds to me quite well. And all you guys respond to me good, too, right? How can I have a bunch of great fellas in my life you guys are? You guys are family to me. You're my family. That's how I look at it. Okay, I'm out of here now. I'd like to thank all my new and old subscribers for subscribing to my channel and watching, or you're watching my videos. And I appreciate all your candor, your comments, and views on my videos. It makes me honored, makes me feel good inside. And I'm 81 years young today, and I shall live to be 82 next year. And I'll still be here. And I ain't going nowhere. And may God bless, make Mama happy, take care of little ones, stay focused when you drive. Please be worried surroundings when you leave your home. When you leave your home, make sure you got protection for yourself, for your family. You got your little babies with you. Watch your children. Keep them in sight. Don't leave them out of sight. Keep them in sight. Your family too. Because we live in a wacky, wild Kool-Aid style world. I'll tell you that. And the world ain't getting any better either. So watch your step and take care of your family. God bless. Say your prayers. This is Frankie Day, Mama signing off. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night for another fun-packed adventure night on Thursday. Back on the half tracks. Don't miss that. We'll have a good show tomorrow, guys. This Frankie Day also might have a final bill for the B17 too. The 2 decals is all I need. I could have had the final bill yesterday, but it was raining all day yesterday. So I was watching the news while ago. It's going to have a hot day tomorrow. It'll be nice, so I have time to build that. And we'll get my ducking going too. Get that all finished up. And, yeah, going quite good. Okay, I'm out of here. It's Frankie Day from Frankie Day Model signing off. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And thank you very much for being on tonight's stream. Deeply honored each one of you. And thank you again for your support. God bless Daniel. God bless Diggy. God bless Paul from Florida. All you and Matt from Canada. And we got bless you great fellas in Portugal, all over the world that see me on my videos. I'm very happy. This Frankie Day Model signing off. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, boys. Take care of yourself.